Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode 4. My name is Eddie. I'm your host. Today, with me again, we have our producer, Ghost, right here.
What it do?
He's joining in on the podcast today. And I really appreciate you all again. I can't say week after week, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. The response has been amazing from everybody around the community. And we're growing, we're getting more episodes. And it's just been a few weeks. And we love that. We love that growth. Our beer today. Huge shout out to the folks at Brewsome. We got Hefeweizen.
And honestly, you kind of have to be a hefe if you're gonna be drinking this brew. It's you just gotta have that beer kind of experience. Not that we're pros over here, but we've been drinking some brews for a minute. Why lie?
Right. Let me get a little bit. But yeah, Jason, last week when we met with him at Brewsome, he actually recommended this one, the Hefe beer at Brewsome. It's one of their signatures. Let's get a little taste of it. Let's see what we got here.
And again, if you guys haven't been to Brewsome, please check it out. It's legit.
Brewsome on North 10th Street.
The beer's legit, and even like the vibe's legit, and the area, everything they got there is legit. I think it's even dog friendly too, so y'all need to check it out.
Yeah, it's one of those outdoor venues. Got a little too much foam in it, but yeah, no, it's one of those outdoor venues, and it's outdoor, indoor. They brew their own. They have a little microbrewery there where they brew all their stuff there. Jason was actually telling us a little bit about the process when it came to the fortune cookie ale, the last podcast. But yeah, they have it there. They're always brewing up some cool stuff. But this is the one that he recommended to us, so we got a chance to try it out, and let's check it out.
Yes, sir. It's called the Hefeweizen.
So far, I'm really digging it. It kind of has like that, like a orange, like citrus taste.
Yeah, a little bit. And actually, it's really, really smooth and 5.4% alcohol. So you'll be feeling something maybe after, 2 or 3.
I'm really digging the smoothness. The taste. It's refreshing, even though it's cold outside. This crazy weather. But man, some good stuff.
Yes, sir. So what we got today, Eddie? Who we interviewing today?
So today's episode, we had a awesome opportunity. The next few weeks they're going to be having their event. So it's a 956 sports card show. So we have 2 folks. We have David Guzman, David Garcia. So we talked about just how long they've done it. It's been about 6 months that they've been doing it. It's an awesome venture for them, an awesome opportunity. They've been growing.
And they got an event coming up, I believe, the 27th, 28th.
It's going to be at the Mission Food Truck Park, so it's going to be there. We're going to be hopefully get a little table there. We're going to be hanging out, and then it's awesome stuff.
And this is not a sold out event, so you all need to show up and pay the entrance fee, and you all should be allowed to get in. It's not sold out, so I believe there was some posts saying it was sold out event, but it was sold out in sense for the vendors. But even then, I think there's like 1 or 2 more slots for vendors out there. So you vendors out there, if you all are interested, hit them up ASAP. But it is not sold out to the public. It seems like it's going to be a badass event. Card shows, basically also 2 pops.
They're going to have some live breaks. They're going to be doing a lot of stuff. Raffles. He's going to be raffling off a little gift that we'll be announcing here on the podcast. So it's something that they've grown, and it's something that they built over time. So we talk about their passion, talk about where they started collecting, how they're doing it. So they have a lot of stuff that they've been a part of. So they've gone to a few events like in San Antonio, a few events in Dallas. I know they were hoping to go to one in Atlantic City, which is like one of the biggest sports card events. But other than that, man, they have a lot of a good collection of cards, and it's just something that was really cool to hear.
So yeah, you guys kind of trying to jump into it in regards of getting into trading cards, buying cards. I think this would be a good event to show up, and they're really cool dudes. If you all get a chance to talk to them, definitely feel free to pick their brains. I think they'll be willing to give you all some advice in regards to what cards to look out for, especially here in the near future.
They have a lot of knowledge in pretty much a sports card aspect, especially NBA. We went over the NBA. We went over a little bit about the NFL. We even touched a little bit on Pokemon. that little explosion that happened, especially being with the 25th anniversary. So we break down a lot of cool stuff with these guys, and we're excited that to have an event like this, especially with the popularity of sports cards increasing. I know we talked about that a whole Michael Jordan card that went from 200K to 700K in like a couple weeks, man. It's been crazy in that industry, and just to see some of these athletes that that are going to blow up, you kind of have to see them before, and it's one thing we talk about too with Guzman's collection, David Guzman. But yeah, man, it's some awesome stuff, and yeah, I'm glad that everybody can join in. So we talked to them about that and their upcoming events. It's good that we could get stuff like this out there and things like that. But definitely, yeah, everybody, I really appreciate y'all joining in with us today. Like I mentioned, it's going to be the fellas at 956 at the 956 Sports Card Show. We're going to be joining in and talking about more about what they have and what's going on in these next couple months with them. So
they got an event coming up 27th, 28th, and also too, if you can swing by Brewsome and try some of this Hefe beer, and also try some of that beer from Jason, some of that Liquid Luck, some of that Rabbit Punch.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. Good stuff,
guys. Support local. In the next few weeks, we're gonna have some more brewers on. Thank you all again. Y'all are so awesome, excited. And the community has just been so awesome. So anything I can do to help out, I'm glad. But definitely, without further ado, we have our the fellas from the 956 Sports Card Show. We're going to be talking to them and getting to know them a little bit more. So here we go. Hey there, everybody. With me today, we have David Guzman and David Garcia. They're from the 956 Sports Card Show that's going to be happening February 27th and February 28th. Awesome stuff. I'm glad you all can join in and let us know a little bit about the event here at Breaking the Seal. So just give us a little rundown on your background. So David Guzman, if you want to start.
So my name is David Guzman. My profession, I'm an athletic director for Vanguard Academy. I've been involved with sports cards for, I would say, since when I was like a little kid. I remember my dad taking me to the only shop back then in the day, Dave's and Alex's. I remember ripping up 25-cent packs, 50-cent packs of Pokemon stuff, of 1996 Topps baseball, stuff like that. But I started collecting seriously in 2017, 2016. So I've been within the hobby as a collector for the last 4 or 5 years, and the market is insane. It's booming, especially down here in the Valley, nationwide, obviously as well. But yeah, we're putting on a show. This will be our third show in about 6 months. Our first show was back in September. It was during COVID, obviously. I mean, we're still facing COVID right now, but we were successful in that show, considering that the RGV was a hotspot. We were told last minute adjustments regarding our show in September, so we had to adjust on the fly, and we did what we had to do. We brought down JSA. We had a bulk submission to a grading company in September as well. So then we had to run it back a second time. We set up in November at the same location, and now we're expanding. I know we're Garcia and I, and along with our other partner Marcos Jimenez, we decided that we need a bigger venue. So we partnered up with the Seed there in Mission, Texas, at the Mission Food Park Center, and we're having our show there. It's going to be a 2-day event now. Our last 2 events, our shows, I should say, were only a 1 day. So we're looking forward to it. It's super exciting. We think the timing is right. We're just trying to get back to normalcy here in the RGV. I know pre-COVID, there was a show about every quarter, every 6 months. We were vendors at those shows, and now we're just trying to make our name for ourselves and our Facebook page as well.
That's good, man. That's awesome, man. What about you, David? Where Garcia? What about you? Where are you from? And a little bit about when you started collecting.
Well, David Garcia here. I'm here from McAllen. For the past 10 years, I've been with a service tech for Spectrum for the past 10 plus years. I started collecting when I was younger with my pops. Sports cards here and there. I'm not gonna lie. Back when I was younger, I collected a lot of Pokemon. That I will admit. Where they are right now, I don't know.
Right? I know everybody's just looking and digging. My brother, he called me the other day. Where are your Dragon Ball Z toys? Where are your Pokemon cards, man? I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, man, it started there, huh? Just getting Pokemon cards, everything like that.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, where they at, I don't know. But it stopped, or you know, as I was growing up, I didn't collect as much until recently when I met Guzman, you know, 5-6 years ago. I started collecting the little stuff, you know, starting lineups, pops. I mean, I was a big pop collector. That's how I started. I had a lot of pops, a lot of pops, and Guzman had a lot of sports cards.
Yeah.
And one day we just decided, you know what, let's trade. So I traded him all my pops. He gave me all his sports cards, and it's just a funny way how we started.
Oh man, so that's really how you all started linking up and just going to these events and everything. Dude, that's cool, man. And pops, like I know, do you still collect pops now too, or?
I mean, I don't know if you can see, but I have a few up here.
Spurs, I see the Spurs, man. Yeah,
of course. I have a few. I have like a couple Michael Jordan limited.
Okay, I see him on top. Yeah, I see him up there.
Yeah, they're up here. I mean, I have a few. I don't have too much. It's mainly sports. What I have now, compared to what I had back then, I had like Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff, but not anymore.
Dude, for real, man. I remember having a box full of like Dragon Ball Z, all these toys, man. And I think I ended up just giving them away like to a kid that liked Dragon Ball Z too for some reason, because I was already like outgrowing it. But it was the dumbest mistake I think I ever did, because they were like, I took good care of them, man. And I don't know why I did it. It was just a weird thing, but
it's just one of the things. Hey, David, it's a Ghost here, guys. I just had a question for whoever wants to answer the question in regards to, you know, value of sports cards. I mean, give us a little rundown, I guess, how value is taken in these sports cards. You know, me and Eddie, I mean, we don't know too much about it, but we would love to know. And I mean, how is value made? I know right now y'all mentioned, you know, something about a starting lineup. I mean, is that more valuable? Of course, maybe our pitchers more valuable.
Like, yeah, like the brand of cards. I know there's like different brands, right? So tell us a little bit more about those. If you want to go ahead, Guzman, let us know about pretty much, yeah, the value of which cards. I know there's different types of NFL ones, right?
Yeah, so the value of cards, I mean, you can go two different ways. You can keep the card raw as is. Let me give you all an example here.
Yeah.
Opening up the briefcase, I see.
Right? It's gonna be like Pulp Fiction when the gold comes out.
Yeah.
So you can keep the card raw like this. This is a raw card. It's ungraded, or you can grade a card, and this would increase the value depending on what grade you get on the card. So obviously they go on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being obviously the lowest. There's all kinds of different grading companies popping up nowadays. PSA is more for the it's kind of triggered more for the vintage stuff back in the days, like the 60s, 70s, all the old school stuff. But now PSA, I think, in my opinion, I don't know how Garcia feels about this, PSA holds value, or it's higher than a BGS. BGS is Beckett. I have all three here, as a matter of fact. Three of the top companies here. So this one is PSA, and then we have a Beckett card right here, and then this is an SGC card. So SGC has been around for a while as well. They kind of just did a facelift to their marketing, to their brand, to their logo. But with me, if you want more bang for your buck, I would say grade your cards. Don't keep them raw. I mean, there's going to be some where they sell better raw than they do graded. Me personally, I collect Luca Doncic. He's a Dallas Mavericks point guard.
Man, yeah, he's been doing some awesome things, man.
Yeah, man. So funny story, and then I'll turn it over to Garcia. Funny story. I remember that 2018 draft. I was watching it here. I've been a longtime Mavs fan, and my thing is we needed a center. So I was set on Mo Bamba. He played for the University of Texas.
Right, I remember him. Yeah,
we were sitting at the number 5 pick, and I was like, no, we're number 3. I was like, man, get Mo Bamba, please. He'll be a defensive presence. He's a 7 foot. He's got length, whatever. And then they draft Trae Young, and I was like, what? Like, this Trae Young guy came out of nowhere. I mean, he was from Oklahoma, right? And then the Hawks drafted at number 5, and then they switched, like they traded the picks. So we had the rights to Luca, and I was like, man, there goes that. That's another player we're gonna stash overseas, and he didn't play all preseason, so nobody knew about him. So I was like, that's it. I'm not going to watch another Mavs game again. Like, Mark, I was pissed, man. I was livid.
You're
And
boycotting Shark Tank and everything.
And then look at me now. I mean, I have a briefcase here, almost about $15,000 worth of Luca Doncic cards. It's crazy.
God damn.
Man, dude, and he's been progressing every year. So that's just what. So what was the value at the beginning? Let us like break us down. So how many is it? 2017 when he got drafted, or
He got drafted in 2018. So
18, yeah, okay.
So I mean, he won Rookie of the Year in 2018. His second year, he's been breaking records, I guess, daily or every time he balls up in a game. I know he surpassed Jordan in a triple double category this season. And if the numbers are in his favor, I think he's favored to win the MVP this year. And I'm just I'm in it for the long haul. I got about like maybe 40 slabs right here of Luca, and then I got another 40 at PSA being graded right now. So my if I can show y'all real quick, my briefcase.
Go ahead.
I want it to be full of just Luca stuff. It's just crazy. And I know Garcia, he's the same way, but obviously he prefers the Spurs, which is no
Spurs.
to him.
Who do you got with the Spurs over there, Garcia?
I mean, man, I'll show you my little briefcase.
You got some Timmies there?
I do have some Timmies.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
I'll show it to you right now. So before we started hosting shows down here the past few months, we would go to shows up north, right?
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio, Austin. One of these days I want to make it to the Nationals. I believe this coming year it's going to be in Atlantic City, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. But going back to the value, I could be wrong, but in my eyes, the way I see it is all these, high-paying collectors, they go after PSA slabs more than they do Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've noticed. I guess it just depends on who it is, but that's what they prefer, PSA over Beckett. But I do know, I mean, it just depends on the collector, I guess, But let me show you that Timmy. So I have this Tim Duncan rookie card.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's a 9.5, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you can barely see it. Yeah, it's a 9.5. It's Topps Chrome. It's not the refractor. It's not the shiny one. It's the one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So right now this card's value, I want to say it's about 28. It's on its way up. I'll tell you that. It's on its way up, and I have a few of them that are ungraded.
Is that because of the Hall of Fame recently? Like he got inducted, right?
He's gonna get inducted
this past year, right?
It's gonna be
I think in May.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe once he gets inducted, it's gonna go through the roof. Because this is one of the top class Hall of Fame. With Garnett and Duncan and Kobe. It's unfortunate he's not here, but it would have been it is one of the best classes.
I see a lot of Kobe cards popping up too, man. That's from here in the Valley, from local people. I was like, whoa, man, they've been collecting for a while, and I just didn't realize that. But I see a lot of 9s. I've never seen. Is there like a 10, or is those are really rare, or how does that work?
There's I mean, I have a PSA 10, Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, I was actually about to ask about that, like, because with the Super Bowl results, so how does that work? Does the value go up? Does the value go down? Because he's been in 2 Super Bowls. I mean, that's still valuable in my eyes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little quick story that happened to me about a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. And so I'm pretty sure he's gonna end up watching this video once he posts it to the page. So we had, a friend of ours. He reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, I have some cards. All right, can I post them on your page?" And I was like, "Show me what you got." So he sent me a quick little video. A couple Patrick Mahomes, Luca's here and there. And I asked him. I said, "How much do you want for everything?" Long story short, we ended up meeting the next day. We came on agreement. I paid him for at least about 20 cards, 5 of them being Mahomes, 2 of them being Luca's, and, Josh Allen's, and, so on, so on. So I remember I called Guzman. I said, "Dude, look what I did." Like, I FaceTime. I said, "Bro," I said, "Look what I just did. I just bought all this for X amount. Like, I'm on my way to your house right now so you can see them firsthand. So, long story short, this Patrick Mahomes, along with another Patrick Mahomes, I sent him off on a 5-day sub to PSA.
Okay.
In December, the 1st of December, and I got him back the first week of January. Well, one of the Mahomes, thank God I sold it, but I sold it already. I sold it last week, but it was already hitting, a PSA 10 was already hitting almost $10,000, $11,000.
Damn.
And if I would have waited till after the Super Bowl, it probably would have decreased in value. So I guess I sold it at the right time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was this card too. I mean, this Mahomes,
and it could have been like 2,000, right? Like it could have gone down from 10,000 to 8,000. That's how quick these things are, right? Man.
Yeah, it could have gone down to like $3,000, you know. And this card, I had it on eBay, and it was the day of the Super Bowl. I mean, they were selling for like 23, 24. So I was already getting ready to sell it, and then they lost, and I started seeing them selling for like 1,000. So I pulled it out. I was like, no.
So tell us, so tell us more about the process. So like on eBay, that really determines just like the market price, right? So if you want to go into detail about how y'all determine prices and things like that.
Well, I mean, so you have the Beckett book, right? But I guess you have a lot of these old time collectors who, back in the day, there wasn't no eBay, there wasn't no 130 point to determine the value of a card. It was just a book. So whenever you're dealing with, you know, an old timer or, you know, a person who collected back in the day, they're set on the Beckett book, right? But the Beckett book, to me, it's just a price guide. It doesn't give you the actual value of a card. Like, for instance, like this Yuli Gurriel on the Beckett book, it can be selling for, or it can be, they can have it for like $600, right?
Right.
But on eBay, it's selling all day for $100. You know, so where are you gonna go to buy it? Are you gonna believe the Beckett book, or are you gonna go to eBay?
Yeah.
So a lot of the collectors nowadays are focusing, I guess, just on the average sales of the previous 3 or 2 on eBay. That's how they'll determine the value of their card. I mean, but if you have a card sold for 100, 200, and 300 within 3 days, then of course you're gonna price your card at the average of all three, about 250 maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'm pretty sure Guzman does the same thing.
Yeah, so eBay and 130 point, they're pretty much it gives you what today's current value is as far as the cards, because that's what we use as our platform. And like Garcia said, back in the day before eBay and 130 point came to known within the hobby, a lot of people use that Beckett book, and it gives you 2 prices. It gives you like a low end price on one column, and then it gives you a high end price. So your low end could have been like 200 and your high end could have been like 600. So you're like right in the middle, like it's a $400 difference, to where if that same card on eBay, like Garcia had mentioned, like it's selling for $150, like, well, that's the market that everybody pretty much follows, which is eBay. So that's how we kind of get an idea of what we have as far as prices when we go to shows. Say I go to your table, Eddie, and you have this Luca Doncic card, and I want to buy it, and you have it at $500. 9 out of 10 times, or I should even say 10 out of 10 times, the first thing somebody will do, they'll take out their phone, they'll go on eBay, and they'll check the comps, and they'll see like, hey, well, right here it says 375. What's the best you can do? So that you see a lot of that at shows. I know our last 2 shows that happened about every 5-10 minutes when there was a sale done. I know at the Dallas Sports Show as well, you see a lot of people just checking their phone, checking prices at tables, and making sure that the prices are within market value. Because the last thing you want is to price your cards higher than what they're selling on eBay, because 1, you won't sell anything.
You lose credibility, right away.
Exactly. And then 2, like people make fun of you, like, well, look at this guy. He wants to get 2 or 3 times the value of this card when it's selling. I can get it on eBay for a third of that price, whatever. So yeah, eBay and 130 point, those are the 2 platforms that majority of the people use nowadays to price their cards.
Man, that's something that I've been noticing, man, and it's been really, gaining traction as we were talking about. So around these shows, tell us about the 6-month period. I know you said you started, in that time frame. So tell us more on how the growth is, how the community's been responding.
So the growth from show to show, back in September when we had our first one, we were at the La Quinta Inn Hotel off of Ware and the Expressway.
Oh, I think that's the one I went to. So that was your first show?
That was our first show. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that was the first one. Obviously, it was in the middle of a pandemic. RGV considered a hot spot for COVID. That hotel, as a matter of fact, they were housing the National Guard, the Army, the military as a hospital site for all the nurses. They were staying in that hotel and the surrounding hotels too. So when we went to our conference room where we were going to have the show at, we were shown a big showroom. So then we went on Wednesday, the day before or a couple of days before the show, and the management said, yeah, well, we're going to cut you all in half now. You're only going to be limited to this amount. So we had already had about like 15 vendors for that September show. So we had to say no to 5. And that, that was kind of bad business on us because we already confirmed them and they were already signed up. They had paid. We reimbursed them, whatever. So the other half that we didn't get, that was like the headquarters with all their laptops, their paperwork, their documents for the National Guard. So we understood why. November, our second show, they gave us the whole room. The National Guard was already kind of packing their bags and they were leaving little by little. So from September, our 10 vendor show, to November, we had about 15, 16 vendors in November. Now, this coming show that we have in February in 2 weeks, we've already secured 35 vendors.
Nice.
Damn.
Within the state, out of state, we have some coming from Louisiana.
Out of state too?
Out of state also. So it's all about social media, man. Social media is the green light for everything. That's how word gets out quick. Before social media, I don't know how we would have done this. It would have been just, calling a bunch of people like, hey, I know you collect, you want to set up at this show, this and that. So we share our flyer on different pages within the RGV in San Antonio and Austin and Dallas. Word gets out, and we've secured 35 vendors. We will be having on-site grading submissions. I don't want to say you'll get your cards graded at that same day, but those vendors from Dallas that are coming down, they'll take their cards back up to Beckett. They'll take the cards back up to PSA. They'll grade them for you, and then they'll ship them back to you once they're ready. So we have that process set in line already. We have 2 live breakers already secured, so they'll be breaking boxes of the hottest hobby boxes in that's in the market right now. So we're looking forward to it. It's something that is growing continuously. I know the work that I put in, Garcia's put in, and Marcos, and we also have a fourth member who couldn't be on right now, Jerry Leal. He's the owner of Pineapple Ninjas. I'm pretty sure you guys know who that is. He was the one that hooked us up with the Seed Center. So he brought us over. We checked out the place. It looks like a Google headquarters, man. Like it's insane how it's set up there. It looks like a mall too. So we have kiosks in the middle to where it's 6-foot tables. So you have a big space to work with. And then all of our other vendors that are going to be up against the wall, there's going to be 2 6-foot tables. So it's going to be a great time, man. There's going to be TVs broadcasting the live breaks as they happen.
So how do the live breaks happen? Like, I know there's isn't there like a certain process or something like that? Like, how does it work?
Yeah. I'll let Garcia go ahead and chime in on that one.
About the live break?
Yeah.
So the way it works, so the 2 live breakers we have coming in, I mean, they're well known. One of them's coming, he's well known on Instagram, and the other one coming in from Houston, he's well known on Facebook. So we got 2 well known breakers coming in. So how breaks work? So say you have a box, right? Let's say Prism, or better yet, a case. You have a full case of football Prism, NFL Prism. Inside that case comes 12 boxes, right? Say the total value of the case is $1,000, right? There's 12 boxes, 32 teams. So you want to divide the price of $1,000 by 32 teams. So give or take 32, it's, I don't know how to explain it. So 32 teams, you pay an X amount, let's say $40, right? Right. And what happens is they'll throw you in a randomizer, and they'll throw the teams in a randomizer. So say you pick spot number 5, you get randomized, you end up with spot 20. They randomize the teams. Whatever team lands on spot 20, that belongs to you. So for instance, if you get the Cowboys, any card that comes out of that break, out of those boxes, that's Cowboys, will go to you.
Oh, okay.
So that's how that's a good way to get high dollar cards.
Herbert's, it's a very inexpensive way. Yeah, it's an inexpensive way to hit a high dollar card.
So right now, what team do you want to be? The Bucks, I guess.
I would say Kansas City, man. You still want to be Kansas City in a way, right?
Right now, you want to be. I mean,
The Chargers,
the Bengals,
Chargers.
the Dolphins,
Maybe the Vikings.
Oh, okay, because like with the first round picks, you're saying?
Correct. The quarterbacks.
Yeah. So
okay.
For NFL, normally people chase the quarterbacks, the silver cards that come out. So you have a base parallel, then you have your silver parallel, which is a shiny refractor one, and then you have your color variations and stuff like that. So everyone's chasing obviously the rookie of the year this year was Justin Herbert. So everyone is hoping to hit the Chargers on a randomizer. Obviously, you have a 1 in 32 chance to hit that unless you buy multiple spots. Say you buy 5 spots, well, now you have 5 chances to land the Chargers. But it's fun, man. It's crazy. I know we've done breaks on our Facebook page, 956 Sports Cards. We've hit insane cards to where people pay $13, $14 to join, and they'll hit like a $400 or $500 card. It's crazy.
Damn.
And
Now before we go on to all your all's, because I told you all to bring a few cards, but let's I want to see the NBA. So what cards are you all looking forward to, or what cards should we all be on the lookout during the NBA season? I know All-Star break is about to happen, right? So is that really where you want to start getting an eye on the market and things like that?
Well, for me, NBA, since I collect NBA, I know Garcia does too. NBA has a global market. You know, you got your international players and stuff like that. Obviously, the players to collect right now: LeBron, Luca, KD, Curry, Anthony Davis, stuff like that. Players that are performing well. Up and coming rookies, you want to chase. You know, the Ball brothers. Obi Toppin that got drafted, Anthony Edwards, you know, the 1 through 5 picks that just got drafted. You want to chase those guys as well, and it's just like I mentioned earlier before we went live. You know, it's like the stock market. You want to pick a certain player, and you know, obviously the stock market goes up and down, and you just enjoy the ride. Like myself, I started collecting heavily on Luca Doncic, and within his briefcase.
You rode that train, man. There we go.
Yeah. I'm on that train, but a lot of people they know that I've been a Mavs fan, so they're not just saying like, oh, you're just doing it just because of the investment. Like, no, I'm doing it, 1, obviously because of the investment, and 2, because I'm a fan of the team as well. So I'm enjoying this train right here, and whenever I think it's time to cash out, so be it. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have a problem selling any of these cards if I decided to do so in the near future.
If they get everything on the right time, I know, like, was it the Jordan rookie card a few weeks ago that made the storylines? Like, it went from like 200,000 to 700,000 or 700,000. Man, that's where you want to get them. So I think Ball is one, right? That probably people want, like you mentioned a little while ago, to get after. Is that one a hard one to find?
No, I mean he's. I mean, every card has its chances of being, you know, ripped in from a pack. You can easily find any of those inserts, rookie cards in the boxes that are on the market right now. But it's just a matter of what product you want to go with. I mean, obviously for the most high end product, I think, is National Treasures, Flawless, you know, stuff like that. Then you have your Prism. Prism also is key. Those are the ones where you have your silvers and stuff like that. Also contenders for football. Those are, you have your cracked ice variations, you know, stuff like that. There's a certain product per sport that people, you know, pump money into because of the possibility of hitting something huge within that product itself. And then there's other products within the same sport where not so much, you know, money gets invested into because it's a low end product. It's a mid end product. So me personally, I think, you know, Prism obviously is key. National Treasures, Flawless, you know, stuff like that, to where those are your bigger brands where you want to invest.
So would you say, I mean, it's not really dependent on the sport, it's more dependent on the product, right? Like, I mean, I guess like you could say like Brady, Jordan, right? I mean, it's not really, I mean, I would think, right, like you mentioned just now, the whole international NBA cards are kind of, you know, circulating more. So is there a certain sport, I guess you could say, that is a little bit more valuable right now? Or it's just, again, like you're mentioning now, it's more just product?
Me personally, I mean, I don't know how the football market works. I mean, since I only collect basketball only because, one, because of my team that I follow, but I would say every sport has its own value. I know soccer is pretty big too. There's
damn, okay.
there's a big heavy collector. His name is Rich. He owns STX cards here in the Valley. He's been a vendor at our show. He collects high dollar soccer cards. Mbappe is one of the biggest prospects out right now. You have Ronaldo and Messi and all those. It's just a matter of who you want to follow, who you want to invest your money in. But every sport has its big following. Baseball too. Baseball is a big international.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. It's coming up. What is it? That's Rio National, you're saying?
Yeah, I mean you have your Cuban players, your Puerto Rican players, obviously within the States as well. It's just where you want to start. I mean, if I was new to the hobby, obviously I would like to pick the brain of a collector of a certain sport. Like, hey, Garcia, you collect basketball, or you collect baseball, you collect the Spurs and the Astros. Like, who should I go if I'm an Astros and a Spurs fan? Who do you think I should invest in and stuff like that? Like, start picking brains of certain people that are
major fads, things like that. That's good. That's good. Yeah, and you're right about that, because even at the beginning, when my brother started collecting in the NFL, I saw Herbert was doing some good stuff. As soon as like Tyrod Taylor went down, Herbert, or I don't know, am I saying it right? Herbert,
something like that.
Herbert, yeah.
But rookie of the year. But now he ended up winning that. And I was like, man, that's crazy. And even the Justin Jackson from the Vikings, he did a good job. And then there's some other people out there too. But Jalen Hurts, I told him to keep that one. And I was like, yo, keep that one. I think they're gonna get rid of Wentz. And then sure enough, Wentz is already in the market to go somewhere else. So it's just crazy, man. Just a lot of the stuff, and especially like even with basketball, I know one that tripped me out was the Booker last year when he started balling out in the bubble. His value went up like crazy, right? So it could just be a game-to-game type of thing, right? They start scoring 40 points a game in like 2 weeks straight. That value's gonna go up too, right? So
yeah. So now that you said the bubble, it brings me to this card right here. This is Luca Doncic. It's his Prism 10 base. During the bubble, since you had mentioned it, this card was hitting about maybe like 2,300, 2,200. And then during the offseason, like any other sport, you have your offseason market to where everything, dips a little bit. So that's when a lot of people buy. So right now, that same card that I just showed, its value is like 1,500, 1,600. So you see the significant, highs and lows of a card. So I'm hoping that card gets back up to what it was in the bubble, or maybe even surpasses it, especially if he wins the MVP this year, hopefully. But yeah, it's crazy how the off-season blues. That's what we like to call in the hobby. A lot of people
off-season blues. That's what the NFL's going through right now. Then
you got to buy at the dip.
Like I was seeing all these memes the first Sunday, man, and everyone's already like, what do we do now? Just all basketball, baseball's coming up. But let's go over your favorite cards. So I asked you all to bring a couple your most valuable, and then also like your personal. I know you have your Luca cards, but if you have something other than that, that'd be awesome. But let's start with you, Garcia.
So the valuable card that I had was at Mahomes. I was telling you about. I let go last week, and so let me see. Believe it or not, but I have this Charizard.
Hey, holographic.
Yeah, bro.
So this card right now is hitting about 900, I believe, almost getting to 1,000. I mean, so the rise of Pokemon this year is insane because it's the 25th anniversary,
Oh,
right.
Pokemon first came out. So that's why the demand for it's so high. So, and then again, I have this Mahomes. All these cards right here are cards that I can move. I don't have a problem moving. I have this Dak when he was in his Mississippi State.
Yeah.
9.5
and it's signed too.
Yeah,
that one you're just waiting on. Once he gets that contract, it's gonna go sky high, huh?
I hope so.
I know, man. I'm hoping. I don't know what's going on. They're even thinking about getting a quarterback. I was like, what?
Nah.
I think we'll be all right with that.
They need a defense.
Again, I have this Duncan. I think I'm gonna write it out. I don't think I'll move anytime soon.
So that one, that's for life. That's a lifer.
It might be. It might be. I'm not gonna tell you if I don't go to a show up north and someone offers me some money for it, I won't take it.
Yeah.
I've been under pressure so many times. I've had so many badass cards, and I always tell Guzman, I'm not gonna sell. Someone comes with walk for the cash, and I
Hey,
let
it
it go.
happens every time, man.
Oh, man. What? Can you tell us what?
So I don't remember the specific card, but I know there was a time I went to the San Antonio show. It was a 2-day show, and I would set up as a vendor. And I'll be like, you know what? If I don't sell, screw it. I'm just gonna be here so I can buy or trade. So there's this one guy named Kenny from OKC, cool guy. He always comes to my table, and every time he comes to my table, he always looks through my suitcase, and he's like, "How much do you want for everything?" And sure enough, it's only to him that I end up budging. If anybody else comes up to me and be like, "Yo, how much do you want?" I'll be like, "Oh, it's not for sale." But once
Wrong
he
pile,
comes up
buddy.
to me,
Move on.
once he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, what do you want for it?" I'm like, "Fuck, all right, I'll sell it." You know, so it's I've sold so much crap. But going back to cards that
Well, anyone that you regret selling?
You know what? So
That
if I
Mahomes
look
that
through-
you just sold on eBay, it's probably going to be worth more in the future. That's
yeah.
If he
that
gets
Mahomes
another
that I sold-
MVP, yeah.
Let me see if I can show you a picture of the Mahomes, the one that I sold. I know the light is pretty crappy, but let me see if I can find. I know I know down the road it's gonna be worth some money. I know, but hey, I'm in the profit. You know, I'm in the plus when I sold it. So I collect a lot of Keldon Johnson. So this is Disco Prism, and that right there is my Instagram logo. DC David's
DC?
Cards. Yeah, David's Cards.
David's Cards on Instagram.
Yeah,
people.
there's where I post all my cards. Every time I get a card, I'll take a picture, make it look nice and pretty.
What about Spurs? What about Spurs? What Spurs do you feel is going to blow up this year?
Well, this guy Keldon,
Yeah.
Keldon Johnson. I have different,
So that you're going all in on him. All right.
Yeah, I got pinks, green, was orange. Pink,
you see,
green,
that's the thing too, man. They're just so betty, man. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and I have this PSA 10 too, the silver. So this card right now is, I believe, a little over 1K. It's only rising. I have a few DeJounte Murrays as well.
Murray.
I have this Ginobili.
Oh,
But-
bro.
Ginobili.
Before the shaved head.
Yeah. But I mean, these Spurs are something that I'm gonna hold on to. I mean, cards that I'll get rid of are like I have this
He's gonna sell all his Spurs at the show,
right?
Like this card right here, something I can move. Otani. It's numbered out of 25 out of 25. So there's 24 others out there, and I have one of them.
Man.
I mean, just different which I have a lot of Astros. I got this Altuve card. His rookie. I mean, with the scandal going on,
I know that's what I was about to ask too, man. Like that whole cheating thing, does it go down in value with that? Like when Tom Brady with the flattened balls, does it not go down too?
I mean, it's gonna stain their legacy, but I mean, everyone cheats, bro. Everyone cheats. I mean, everybody.
It's in baseball, yeah. Like even A-Rod, they already got over A-Rod. You know, they'll get over the Rockets.
Yeah, I got this Duncan Finals game worn.
Oh, dude.
Pretty neat. From his 2007 Finals, I believe it was 2014. I'm sorry, when they beat the Miami Heat. Most of the stuff I have is Spurs.
I loved it. The vibe was crazy, man. Everybody was partying. They were making Spurs songs. Everything Spurs all on my watch. Spurs all on my chain.
For the Pokemon people, I got my son got this Pikachu from McDonald's.
Oh, you got it? Damn. My brother told my nephew and my nieces, do not open your cards. Don't. And they opened the card.
I opened up, there was only 2 packs. Here's Dax Prescott's rookie, the silver, of course. The silver, the quarterbacks, whenever they're silver prism, I mean, those are the most sought out cards depending on the player. I got Jordan's rookie card too from the Astros. Lighting sucks, but I mean,
Yeah, man, you got some good stuff there. What about you, Guzman? What you got? Show us.
Well, anything raw. So this card right here, it's a yellow flood parallel of Luca Doncic. Right now, as it sits, it's around like a $500-600 card. If I send it off to PSA and I get a 10 on that, it increases up to $1,800. So I've checked the recent comps on that. So it's just a matter of when I want to send off the PSA. Again, I have 40 cards currently out there right now, so I think I'm going to wait on those to get back. This one right here, it's his second year. It's a fast break prism, and on the back here, I have it labeled Pop 19, meaning there's 18 more of these that are graded as a 10. So the lower the population, obviously, the better. For instance, one card that has a lot of population is the PSA 10, the one that I showed earlier. This one, the population on this one has like maybe 15,000 cards that are graded 10. So a lot of people say that might hurt the value because there's a lot of other cards that are out there graded like that. But the ones that are less pop, then those are the ones that a lot of people collect also. Like Garcia showed, he showed that Otani number to 25. A lot of people chase the numbered cards as well because there's only, there's
Limited amount.
99, there's number to 75, 49, 25. There's one of ones. It's just whatever you want to, put your money into as far as collecting wise. But I think this one right here, this one is a Pop 130, the Donruss 10, and I have 11 of them. They're all graded 10s. So again, nice. I'm heavily invested into Luca, bro. I want to be known here in the RGV as the Luca plug.
The Luca King, man.
There you go. So, once I get my cards back from PSA, the ones that I have out there right now, I'm gonna have to buy a second briefcase because it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be overwhelming, but it's gonna be good.
And another thing, what do you like? I just want to ask you as well. So, is there any card you regret like letting go, and like, or you just kept everything?
Yeah. So, funny story, man. Luca's second year, he got hurt in October, right in the beginning of the season, and we have a group chat. Me, Garcia, and Marcos. I had 4 of those prism bases. Raw, they weren't graded. At the time, I had all 4 of them together in a lot on eBay. And I posted it. I was like, oh, man, he got hurt. He twisted his ankle. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. Let me start selling my Luca stuff. So I got an offer of like $485 for all 4. So they were going for about $120 each. Lo and behold, that same card by itself, raw, was like $600.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then another one that I regret selling was a second year impeccable. That's the brand of the card. It came with a .999 silver ounce bar in there. I remember when I bought it, I told Garcia, and Garcia's like, I don't know why, but I'm excited for you. I'm a Spurs fan.
Well, the Troy ounce one?
Yeah. So I got it, and I think I ended up flipping it for like $600. So I made $200 off that card. Now I checked the comps on eBay, and that same card, I think it was 2 of 25. So there was 24 others out there. That same card is selling for like $2,300. I was like, God bless. So it's just a matter of that. I mean, that's when I didn't have any of the stuff that I have right now. So I was just buying, flipping. But now I'm buying to hold. So those are the 2 main things, or the 2 cards that I regret selling. That lot of 4 to where I sold it for $485, and then now one card alone is worth $600. And then that silver ounce card that I had too. It was stupid of me, but it happens. It happens.
It happens, man. But that's the fun of it, right? Too.
That's why you play the game.
Yeah, it's
that's why you play the game.
You play the game. Yeah, man.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, man. Tell us a little bit about the future. I know you all are starting up quick. So, like, how many events do you plan to do this year? After this one, I know this will be your first one this year. So, how many more do you plan?
Yeah. So I think talking with Garcia and Marcos, we want to do something every quarter. So I know this is our first show of 2021. So I think our next show after this would probably be like in May, in June. But also we have to keep in mind that there's other shows that we like to attend here in the state of Texas, like the San Antonio show. We don't want to double book or do a back-to-back show. I know this coming week, our show's going on, or not this coming week. At the end of this month, our show's going on, and then the week after us, there's another sports car show going on. I know there was a show last month, so we kind of want to see the dates that's out there within the state of Texas, and then we plan accordingly based off that. But our mindset is doing one every quarter, so about maybe 4 shows a year.
And that's good, man, because it'll be like adjusting to every season. So baseball season will be in the next one, football season, then basketball again. That's cool, man. That's awesome. That's good stuff. And so it's going to be a 956 sports card show at the Mission Food Truck Park. Where can people find you? I know we said Instagram, Facebook. Let us know where people can find out and get more info.
So we have a Facebook page. It's called 956 Sports Cards. You request to join that page, we'll approve you, and then we put all of our stuff on there as far as the time of the event. We do have a flyer that's circulating around social media right now. We also have a show page. It's called 956 Sports Cards Show, and if you follow that page, that's where we're going to have all of our announcements throughout the year, when we're going to have our shows, where we're going to have them. I know we've already been in conversations to where we're going to try and host one at the Bert Ogden Arena. Nice. Inside, I know the Dallas Sports Card Show, they have up to 300 vendors go to their shows. So we're trying to mimic that same thing down here in the RGV. We know there's a market for it. We know people are excited. We know there's a lot of investors, a lot of collectors, a lot of buyers and flippers and stuff like that here in our area. And everything is respectable. So we're trying to do what other locations within our area, within our state, and nationally, we're trying to do what they do down here in the Valley. I think we've set the tone for sports card shows here in our area, and it's just a matter of improving every show. So what we did, or what we're doing this show, obviously the mindset for our next show, in May or in June, we want to beat what we did here. So we want to increase the number of vendors. So we went from 10 vendors the first show, we went to 15 the second. Now we're at 35. We eventually want to have 50. We want to have 100. So it's a matter of keeping, obviously, the whole COVID-19 protocols into place. We want to partner up with a venue to where we don't have any limitations. Obviously, at our show, we're going to have all of our tables 6 feet apart. We're going to have a mask. If you want to enter the facility, you have to have a mask on. Every table is going to have sanitized stations on there. So we're following city ordinances, CDC guideline ordinances. We're doing all that stuff to make sure that we are keeping everybody safe, the vendors and the customers.
And that's also bad, especially I know one thing you told me, not only are you being accommodated on that level, but you're also providing beer as well for some of the vendors, right? So tell us more about that.
Yeah, so what we did with the Seed Center and the food truck part is we partnered up with, I believe there's 11 food trucks there at that location. So every vendor that purchases a table to set up for our 2-day show, they're going to get 1 food truck voucher per day. And they're going to get 1 beer courtesy of 5x5 Brewery. So their lunch and their beer is taken care of for Saturday, and the same thing on Sunday. So that's included in the price. So if anybody's interested, we do have, I believe we have 2 or 3 spots open for vendors until we're at capacity. It's $125. It covers both days. Keep in mind that it is a 2-day show. Your lunch and your alcoholic beverages is covered as well within that price tag. A lot of people asked, well, can I only set up on Saturday? Can I only set up on Sunday? The answer is yes, but we're gonna, keep that 125 mark on there, because we wouldn't feel right to where we're only giving that person a deal as far as like, oh, I only want to set up 1 day, and we're charging everybody full price. So we're keeping the price firm at 125. It just took off immediately as soon as we dropped the flyer. Garcia, correct me if I'm wrong. As soon as we dropped the flyer, like we had at least 20 vendors, fill within 2 hours of us dropping the flyer. So the movement is there. The excitement is there. I think the hype is there as well, especially with all the nice little things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing giveaways, raffles,
door prizes, things like that.
Door prizes. Let me go get our big ticket item that we're going to be giving away on Sunday. So on Sunday, our big ticket item that we're giving away, this is coming from my personal collection. A lot of people have questioned me, like, well, why are you
personal collection? Whoa!
Yeah, my personal collection.
Breaking news here. Man,
a lot of people are telling me, like, well, why are you giving that away? For what? This and that. With me personally, like, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to, get a good amount of people in the building to one, look out for our vendors and to pack the house. You know, we know the traffic is going to be there, but to make sure that we get enough traffic, I'm going to be giving away this full-size Ezekiel Elliott autographed helmet.
Hey,
feed the beast.
It does have a Beckett certification of authenticity, to where the serial number is on here. The serial number is also on the back of the helmet as well. It is a full signature of Ezekiel Elliott. I know in some other items he just signs Eze, and then he puts 21 on there, but this is a full signature, Ezekiel
Elliott.
So I'll be giving this away on Sunday. People have questioned, well, how do you get a ticket for that? Well, the admission price is going to be $3 a day to come to the show, or you can do a weekend pass of $5. So anybody that comes in as a customer receives a ticket. So whether we haven't figured out the logistics yet, whether it's going to be like a blue ticket, a yellow ticket, whatever, and you get one, and then I'll put one in a bucket, and then we're just going to be drawing out stuff. We'll be giving out graded cards. We'll be giving away, you know, hobby boxes, you know, stuff like that. Like, we have a lot of stuff up our sleeve that we're going to be giving away for free, you know, because we're not in it for the money. Honestly, at least I'm not. I know Garcia's not either. We're just trying to give back to the community. We're trying to get back to normalcy. I mean, I don't think anybody else is going to be giving away $350
their own personal collection. Yeah, man.
It's not going to bother me one bit. I mean, all my money.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
so this is not a sold out event, right? People could still buy their tickets and still show up.
It's more sold out, like the vendor wise, right? That's pretty
vendor wise. We do have 2 or 3 tables. Now, as far as admission wise, it's not a sold out event. We don't have a link to where you purchase tickets in advance. It's going to be buying tickets there at the door.
Nice.
Got you.
So
awesome.
Family friendly, everything, you know, especially at the Mission Food Truck Park. I mean, there's, like you said, 11. I didn't even know there was 11 food trucks now. I only thought there was like 4. Man, that's awesome to hear that they're doing some good stuff out there. And I always see like an event going on every week, and I'm glad that you all are doing some awesome stuff, man. And that's another thing too, man. I'm glad you're on, and that, you know, that hustle, that work, that hard work, that really, you know, we applaud you for that, and keep it up, man. Because, you know, it doesn't go unnoticed. We're noticing it. I noticed it online, and you know, anything we can do to spotlight, you know, those hard workers in the RGV, you know, giving that extra mile, you know, that's awesome. And I thank you all for joining in. So like I mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, that's where everybody can follow you. Anywhere else, anything else you all want to leave us with?
Garcia?
No, just know that we ain't going away anytime soon. There's going to be a lot more shows we're going to be putting on.
It's only just begun.
It's only just beginning. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna want venues asking for us to host.
Bird Ogden, let's go.
Yeah, man. I mentioned with the esports league. I mean, hey, if you want to do a Madden tournament, I'm all for it too. Just let me know. We can get stuff going with that too on our end. But yeah, man, I really appreciate it. Guzman, anything at all? Dave, Garcia, your Instagram, right? You have your Instagram?
Yeah. So that's my Instagram, David's Cards. Of course, my Cash App.
David's Cards.
Right here, David's Cards. Just look for the DC logo, and of course the 956. But man, I gotta learn how to never on camera, guys. So I'm
it's all good, man. It's all good.
And one more time,
the next show will be good, right?
One more time, guys. One more time. When's this event coming up? What's the dates? Give us the dates, please. One more time.
It's gonna be February 27th and 28th. It's a Saturday, Sunday. Let me give you the times right here. I believe Saturday we are opening up from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. 801 North Bryan Road in Mission, Texas. Mission Food Park Center. Look for the Seed Center. It's the old abandoned Kmart. They flipped that into a entrepreneur place. So that's where we're going to be at. It's going to be indoors. A lot of people are asking also when they call to see if there's any vendor tables. It is going to be indoors. So, you know, we're going to have a lot of stuff going on around the venue as well. The food trucks are obviously outside. There's going to be cornhole. There's going to be live music. The vibe is going to be both inside and outside, but the main show is going to be indoors.
That's good, man, especially this crazy weather.
Man. Y'all stay warm, for real.
Yeah, man. Well, appreciate you all joining in. Yeah, man, if anything, we'll keep in touch, and then hopefully we can have you on every time you have a show. That way we could talk about what's going on as far as cars-wise and things like that. But thank you all so much, man. Appreciate it.
No, thanks for having us. We appreciate you
Thanks
guys.
for having us.
All
Thank
right,
you.
yeah, take care. A lot of movie trailers dropping, a lot of content out there. We have a few documentaries. You know, the Free Britney movement. Everybody's talking about.
I kind of want to see that one. Look, I mean, not the biggest Britney fan, but dude, I mean, she was a huge pop star. I can only imagine what is gonna, transpire in that documentary. I mean, there's a bunch of people trying to pull her strings, and I do think she mentions, that her dad was kind of controlling, her mother was controlling, and I mean, when you're a superstar at that level, everyone's trying to control you. So, in that aspect, I'm kind of interested
Trying to
in
get a piece of that pie, man.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. And it's interesting to see that whole thing. I saw that hashtag, so I wanted to. I know I dug a little deeper, but apparently it was back when she shaved her head. Things started. Her dad went to court and wanted to get. I forgot what do they call it, a conservative.
Yeah, so basically the dad is in control of her property, her assets, to my understanding.
Conservatory agreement.
Yeah, it's like a conservator,
conservator.
guardian, I guess you could say guardianship in a way. I'm not too sure what the language would be in California, but no, basically her dad is basically in control of all her assets and property as of right now. And I think I saw a brief little article saying that recently she tried to get a judge to overrule that conservatorship, that slash guardianship, but the judge denied that. So she doesn't even, have a right to, a good portion of her work product. So, it's kind of crazy, man, but yeah, thinking about it, I'm kind of interested to see that shit,
Yeah, man, there's a lot of good stuff, especially to keep bundled up during this little cold front that we got at Justice League. I was kind of just trying to figure out how I felt about it. I know you haven't looked at the trailer, right?
So wait, it's a series or it's an actual movie?
So what happened is Justice League, the original Justice League wasn't the one that was supposed to be intended to be out. It was under Zack Snyder. So Zack Snyder was the original, of the trilogy. He was supposed to start this whole DC universe thing, but it kind of fell through because he had a tragedy happen in his family, and they had to go with another director. So they went with another director mid shooting, and the movie that was promised wasn't delivered because of that change. So now fans, they reunited. And they got, they started putting a lot of hell on Warner Brothers to get this out there. So Zack Snyder, during the summer, they ended up getting him and getting him back on board. So they're making like a director's cut. So it's a Justice League director's cut, the way that it was intended to be out, the way they read it, they wrote it, and things like that. And it has a lot of interesting things that they added to it. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at that, man, and we can talk about it.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take a look at this real quick. Because honestly, like, man, Snyder is
a great 300, bro.
Yeah, he's a great
Man of
director.
Steel was pretty good.
No, it was. It was super raw, and that's what kind of pissed me off. Hollywood trying to, I guess make it a little bit more, I guess, family friendly. But I mean,
yeah, like they try to make it more lighten it up a little bit, as they say.
Yeah, but I mean, movies are meant to be raw. They're supposed to be depicting, life as it is, and life as it is, as y'all know, is fucking raw as fuck, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's not really.
So okay, I'm taking a look at this.
Rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah, no.
So what are you seeing?
I'm seeing I guess the HBO trailer for Justice League. Mm-hmm. And whoa, there's a lot of scenes that it opens
up pretty good. It opens up with a few of the superheroes.
Yeah.
And it shows the new models. Because supposedly a villain that came out.
There
was a villain that was supposed to come out originally. He didn't come out, but then they added him. I think his name's Darkseid.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, yeah. Darkseid, to my understanding, comes out in this particular.
He's like their Thanos.
Yeah, but he's not in Justice League. He's not the main guy. He's like, I guess, the guy kind of like Thanos. He's the guy kind of controlling everything. And yo, what's up with this? Superman has black suit.
Yeah, so Superman's wearing his little black suit.
That is legit. See, that's a rawness that you need.
Let's see, man. I know what happens, but let me see. I want to see your reaction to it.
Man, they should have released this shit. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. So wait, when is this supposed to come out? I guess it'll come out right now. I'm almost done.
It comes out March 18th.
Oh shit! The fucking
Oh.
Joker. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
bro.
March 18th. Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know how I feel about that Joker, man. What did you you saw that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think what is still Jared Leto, right? I think
It's still Jared Leto, but it's in a different kind of
world. Yeah, it seems like the apocalyptic
I don't know.
world.
He doesn't have the face tattoos. He doesn't have the fucking
Maybe he has makeup. It looks like he had
stupid
extra
hair
makeup
comb
on.
over or whatever.
Yeah, long hair and whatnot.
He's kind of more. He's looking more like the Joker of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Don't you dare compare that Joker to
No,
this
he's
Joker.
looking like it, not acting like it. That's completely different.
Don't you dare.
Oh man. So
Don't you
who are
dare
your
go.
top Jokers then, man?
You already know, man. It has to be Heath, man. I mean, not because his ill-fated but I mean, it's just he's a whole nother level in acting, and he honestly best performance probably ever. And that Joker just really showed a different side of craziness, right? And then after that, I would say probably I think Jack Nicholas is
Jack
that
Nicholson. Yeah, he
Nicholson. I always
he
say
did-
Nicholas.
Oh, he's the golfer, right? I always get him confused too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, no, he did a really good take on it too. I know that one was more like the first live action, and I think that's what everybody, that's what they say, that he's the first live action Joker.
And I think
I haven't really seen that series, so I can't really.
Yeah,
say,
that's a little old school, and
But
supposedly
from the clips I've seen, he does a good job.
yeah, you could tell he goes at crazy level. I guess you could say next level, and supposedly, I don't know where the fuck I heard it from, but Jack Nicholson, before Heath Ledger was the Joker in Dark Knight, told him, hey, be careful when you're playing this motherfucking character, because it's gonna take you to a whole nother fucking, I guess thought process, whole nother, mindset. And unfortunately, ill-fated, Heath Ledger passed away because of that. But again, that just goes to show you the Joker is a whole nother level of craziness, is a whole, it can't even be described. I mean, it's just one of those things. But again, it's the character, Joker. It's, if you could play the Joker correctly, it could be done. Like, Joaquin Phoenix, to be honest, I don't know why people think that was a great performance. I didn't like that movie.
You see, that's another thing. I forgot about that. So I remember that there was a Joker there. So that's why I kind of threw me off with the Jared Leto. I was like, there was a Joker. Who am I missing? And it's Joaquin Phoenix. But that take was a little different. I think the difference between Heath Ledger's take is because Batman's in the actual universe. But at the same time, it's like something that he made something where it's not too far off, where it's not something unrealistic.
Who,
like,
Joaquin or?
I'm talking about the
Joaquin Phoenix?
No, Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
Like, he made it to a point where it could actually be something that can happen, like, especially Christopher Nolan, he made that realism type of aspect. Especially that's what comic book movies are trying to do now, be more realistic. Oh, excuse me, than anything. But
yeah, and what I like about, I guess, Heath Ledger's The Joker was that, yeah, of course, I mean, craziness, kind of realistic, but at the same time too, it still captured that comic book craziness, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
like that antagonist, like he's like Batman's. I was looking forward to like the sequel. I remember when I saw that film the first time it came out, but man, I can't believe it. That happened too, because I'm pretty sure it could have gone farther. I'm pretty sure that could have been our Batman instead of Ben Affleck. I don't know, but
speaking of that, I mean, what's up with this fucking Twilight motherfucker being fucking Batman now? Honestly, look,
he's a real bat now.
Fucking, he's a real fucking vampire bat now.
He's a real
God
vampire,
damn.
bro.
Honestly, look, I'm not gonna see that movie. I guess
I think it's gonna be Riddler.
Riddler's gonna be, dude, but it's just,
and then instead Colin Farrell is gonna be he's gonna be Penguin.
I don't know why what happened between.
They said he looks really real ugly as hell.
Yeah, maybe, but
like
what I'm trying to say is I don't know what happened between whoever the fuck and Ben Affleck, and why he's no longer Batman. I mean, people talk shit about Justice League, but it wasn't that bad of a movie, and had they kind of kept that cast, I think they could have made strides to make something decent. But
at least the series,
yeah, but when you're throwing all these different Batmans at us and all these,
even with the Flash, you're throwing in the old Batman again, like he's coming back again. He's Michael Keaton is coming back to
Is
fill
he?
his role
Jesus.
in the whole little like Batman Begins type of role.
It's-
So
it's-
he's gonna be Bruce Wayne teaching the Flash how to fight crime.
Teaching
And
the
then-
Flash, not even teaching a new Batman.
And then he's gonna go back in time, and it's gonna be the old Batman, the one his Michael. It's gonna be so confusing, man. And I
That's
think
what I'm
that's the
saying.
difference
God
between
damn it.
them and the way that Marvel. Look at Marvel. And I hate to be a Marvel fanboy, but
yeah,
the way that they're doing with the series, like WandaVision, every week, you know, it's unfolding and it's getting better and it's getting better week by week. And this week, I mean, I don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You know,
Yeah,
it's gonna be so crazy to see that.
Marvel has it going on right now, and I wish DC would, you know, step up their game, but it seems like they're trying to change their game every fucking few years, and it's like, look, y'all need to just, you know, agree on something, jump on a motherfucking, you know, boat, and whoever's in that boat, just stick with them. I mean, honestly, you know, Ben Affleck, I think he was a pretty decent Batman. Some people say, I mean, whatever, oh, who the fuck is this? But really, now you're all gonna have fucking Twilight motherfucker on this shit.
Yeah, I'm not
with
gonna
the
be able
new
to take it serious.
what was it, that bat, that what was it, the fucking Camaro bat fucking car or whatever the fuck, dude? It's like, dude, how are you going
I
to
know. Are they going? I don't even know where they're going. Are they doing like something where it's like the 80s, 90s, or like the theme? Like
that's what I'm saying, man. It's
We'll see. I mean, even this last Wonder Woman, I never even saw the first Wonder Woman, to be honest. I wasn't really compelled.
The
to
first
watch
one was
it or
good. I
anything.
haven't even. I've seen pieces of the second one.
The second one, they've told me it's kind of, you know, actually the internet kind of shitted on it.
Yeah, and I mean, the internet can be accurate sometimes for the most
But
part.
when it comes to like, you know, Wonder Woman, especially the way that they praised Wonder Woman the first time,
the
and
first
then
the first one
second
was actually
time-
good, you know,
Uh,
but I think they probably just rushed the second one. They probably said, "Hey, look, we got this badass actress. We could probably make a fucking buck. Let's go ahead and make this fucking movie." And supposedly storyline, I mean, honestly, I haven't even seen it, but supposedly the storyline is kind of shitty, you know. Fucking something about a wishing stone. Like, come on, yo.
But that's the thing that you know, that you know, the writing, you know, that's where the way that Marvel's doing it is they're actually, now we're gonna have a pretty much a piece of Marvel content every week, starting with WandaVision, man. And after WandaVision finishes, we're gonna have the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Speaking of WandaVision, who do you think really is the villain? Of course, I mean, they're saying that Scarlet Witch is the one who's controlling all this, but you know, I've been, you know, seeing online of all these theories, and I don't know, I don't think it's fully, you know, Scarlet Witch slash what's her actress name? I forget her name.
Well, spoilers if we go into more detail, but we're just in case. But if you want to skip a little bit, but yeah, no, I mean, definitely there's going to be a lot of interesting things happening. And I think like, you know, what I mentioned to you the other day, you know, off the air, you know, I was talking to you about maybe there's something going on with mutants.
Yeah. Well,
and it's something is going on.
Well, supposedly, and
people are changing their DNA.
Yeah. And one of the theories that I saw is that that Rambo, you know, her DNA is already like fucking twisted and fucked up, and not fucked up, but in the sense that it's been altered, and that basically Scarlet Witch is going to be the one who's creating these mutants, and supposedly, as per that theory, that at one point or another, the Hex is going to basically consume the whole world, and whoever basically has that XY gene is going to be now a mutant. Which, I mean, that kind of makes sense. I mean, that's a good way to kind of bring in mutants into the Marvel's cinematic universe.
And you know, they're gonna be dabbling with the mutants, especially with that, you know,
now
with Quicksilver out
there.
Yeah,
you know? And not only that, now that what Marvel owns the rights now.
But the thing that threw me off in this episode was the fact that she said that she knows somebody. So I think we're gonna be getting a new character.
Wait, what? What did she say? What she say?
Remember, she said, "I know an aerospace engineer." So supposedly people are saying, they're talking about that little line, and while she's at the board, you can see a 4.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh,
Fantastic Four,
is about to be making an appearance. But
supposedly that's what I heard too. That's actually what
there's
I heard
a lot of stuff, and like we mentioned right now, you know, that's the difference between DC and Marvel. Marvel is going to get you talking, get you going, and you know, all the speculation that's going on.
Yeah, and they're consistent right now. They've established a foundation that really it's hard to even shake that foundation, because 10 years of legit movies, and more recently with changing
the game with the shows now. It's kind of like, you know, they're introducing especially that screwball. I was really looking forward to Black Widow, but it never popped off.
Yeah, I know,
Hopefully.
which is unfortunate.
Hopefully we can get it in May.
I was saying that they should just release that. I would pay $20 to watch it. Honestly,
I
to
mean,
be honest,
they have no plans on doing it. Sucks. I don't know why, but
going back, I guess, to DC, I'm actually looking forward to this Snyder cut because this should have been the movie that was released, and hopefully, we as fans take a look at this movie and are receptive and accept this movie so that they can maybe actually continue on with, maybe Snyder and
maybe
that
his
whole
vision
cast.
and things like that. Yeah.
Because
I mean, I agree. I think Justice League, it could have been good. I'll watch it again. And, I started watching Batman versus Superman again. And I get it. I
it's
know
not
where
bad
people,
though.
I
it's
get
not
what people are
terrible.
saying. But it's kind of because it's had to speed up the storyline. I mean, the Avengers, Marvel was already going to the third Avengers movie, and you wanted to speed that up and compete. But that's the thing too, when money gets involved and passion, and
you're trying to compete. When you have DC, you're gonna, of course, try to compete with Marvel.